Take the A Train from Big Time Jazz and Blues. Take the A Train is a great piece for teaching 2-5-1, that quintessential chord pattern of jazz. Here we are in the key of G. So we have our G scale, and G is our 1 chord. Let's build a chord on step 2 of the scale. And this gives us our A minor chord, which is 2, and then of course 5 is our D, or our D7, and back to 1. So we need to pump it up a little bit. And what this piece does that's very interesting, instead of taking the minor 2 chord, it takes the major 2. In other words, that 5 of the 5-7 as we know it. But we might just tell the student that here it's a major, and then it moves to the minor 7 and 5 and 1. A little turnaround back to the 5, and here we go. And so forth. Now, what do we have with these complex chords? What is that? The students aren't familiar with it, but just so we know what's going on there, that was that A7, and it's embellished by flatting the 5th is all. So we get this flat 5 chord, and then we get our 2, 5, 1. A couple little thoughts. There's a few spots here that are a little difficult for the students to play. If we take that passage, let's reduce it down to the E, D, C, B. In other words, help the student find it's here on the E, just down a step and C, and to B. That makes sense out of those many, many notes. Let's go on then also now to these next pages where we have the improvisation. There's a section here, which can be a little hard to maneuver because the students kind of creep along like this. Instead, let's just regroup them. Instead of coming down in these 7ths, then, in other words, find these 5ths, and coming high with the hand allows us to capture these notes very easily. So what do we have here? This is an improvisation on our 1, 2, 5 pattern. Now we can have a little fun on something like da 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 da. That's all C, isn't it? So instead of taking this pattern of the triad, we could tip it upside down, or we could take a chord or put the 9th with it. And to do the same on the A, on the 2 chord. And in fact, when we go to this 2 here, and then we can go right to the 5, and do anything we want on the 5. And feel free to shift around octaves. It gives a little bit more spice. We know our patterns, we know our chords, we've got lots of liberties in a piece like Take the A Train.